y'all crazy, bro. Like I'll never mess with a UK nigga, bro. Jesus. I see a UK nigga reaching in his pocket, threatening me for something. I'm giving it all up, bro. I'm not taking no risk, bro. We'll pull this up real quick. Yeah, this only 10 minutes. This is basic. This look like just UK Trap Geek. Most dangerous gang fight in the UK. Oh, it's like that. Active gang in 51st. Let's see what they talking about.
Separate attacks in Kentish Town in North London last night.
All right, let's see what they talking about.
The body of the first victim, believed to be in his late teens, was found a couple of hours before police discovered the second.
Hey, how did y'all get these guns, bro? They don't have. No, let me stop.
Who's thought to be in his 20s.
Camden, the heart of fashion and culture in London, with some of the most expensive house prices and biggest tourist attractions in England. And from the outside in, looks like the perfect place to live.
Yeah,
but that's what the government.
Yeah. YouTube recommendations have been garbage for months.
Biggest tourist attractions in England. And from the outside in.
Okay, never mind. I was kind of misled with that, I'm not gonna lie.
But that's what the government want to show you. Once we go deeper into the lower income estates of the borough, we start to see a different story. A story of the country's most deprived estates in London being separated from roads of millionaires literally by one street. And how these estates have created a deadly gang war which has taken over the borough in recent years. But before I get into the video,
I had to turn it down, bro. It's like UK niggas just talk so loud. Y'all accent, it's like y'all accent just boost y'all voice by like double. What's going on, guys? Y'all say everything like in bold font, bro.
To like and subscribe and turn on post notifications. Let's get into the video.
Said, did you just have a seizure? Are you talking about when I just kicked my feet up just now, bro? What? I was bringing my leg up to kick my feet up. Like on my bed.
So Camden is a borough in northwest London and is very, very close to the centre of London. But despite the area being so close to the rich centre,
see, look at all these youths.
In the last few years, the war in the area has been going brazy. So historically, unlike neighbouring areas like Islington and Brent, Camden's beef situation hasn't been as active as others. But this all changed around 2016 when a man from Camden called Merce had his watch stolen from another man from another area in Camden. After this, there was some back and forth, which resulted in a big rivalry in the borough, literally between groups of kids that grew up together. One side being gangs built up from a few estates.
So this all hold up. Did I just like miss something or something? This all just
in Camden, which were the
this all started off of the what's it called?
Estate, the QC gang, which were from a road in Camden called Queen's Crescent, and Cumbo, which is a gang made up from an estate called Regent's Park and Cumberland Market. They linked up together and called themselves 51st, due to their postcodes being in NW1 and NW5, which is where the 5 and the 1 come from. And from the other side of the feud, we have a gang called Active Gang, where some people may know from their songs, and they're from the Ago Grove estate in Camden. And Active Gang are affiliated with another gang called CT1 and NRB, which they all linked up
bro,
and
like
I 71st.
These videos are cool, like these type of gang videos are cool, but it's not when you just dropping a whole bunch of names and like I don't know any of these people, so like you just dropping all this just sounds like you're saying a bunch of random letters. Like for all I know, he could have dropped YRG in here and I would have never known.
Just like that, the war was now on between 51st and 71st.
Okay, so this is the beef. You got 51st and 71st.
Watch being stolen. So Camden is actually home to a big Somalian community, with a big portion of them residing in Ago Grove, which is the territory of the 71st gang. Such a big community that the majority of 71st members are actually Somalian. And if you watch one of my previous videos on Mali Strip, Somalian people are people you probably watch some more videos, but you will understand more in this video. And this beef was on go from early. In 2017, 2 members of the AG gang, which represent 71st, executed a triple shooting on 3
men treated in hospital for bullet wounds after
51st members. 2 of the members ran to a nearby hospital, but while hospital staff was treating the 2 members, they also called police to the hospital to investigate the situation. Once the 2 realized the police was
y'all music videos be way harder than American music videos, just for the simple fact that what's it called, like y'all all wear masks because everything you say like can actually be used against you and stuff, and like you gotta cover your face and all that. That's hard. Every UK person always be having some kind of mask on. That should be
cool.
fire.
They didn't even care about their treatment.
Y'all be getting creative
and attempted
with it too.
to run out of the hospital while still having bullet wounds lodged in them. But the police ended up detaining them and arresting them after a struggle between the both. The reason they wanted to run was because all 3 members are actually wanted for suspicion of grievous bodily harm, which all 3 were eventually arrested for. Now, of course, 51st weren't happy about this triple shooting. And
wait, what happened?
They members of which you'll understand more in this video. Such a big community that the majority of 71st members are actually Somalian. And if you watch one of my previous videos on Mali Strip, Somalian people are people you don't want to be messing with, which you'll understand more in this video. And this beef was on.
Yeah, I know Somalian people.
In 2017, 2 members of the AG gang, which represents 71st, executed a triple shooting on 3 51st members. 2 of the members ran to a nearby hospital, but while hospital staff was treating the 2 members, they also called police to the hospital to investigate the situation. Once the 2 realized the police was called, they didn't even care about their treatment anymore, and attempted to run out of the hospital while still having bullet wounds lodged in them. But the police
they ran out of the hospital after getting shot?
After a struggle between the both. The reason they wanted to run was because all 3 members are actually wanted for suspicion of grievous bodily harm, which all 3 were eventually arrested for. Now, of course, 51st weren't happy about this triple shooting, and they were trying to get it back in blood. So they went lurking on the Aga Grove estate and shot a rival in the face with a shotgun. The rival actually managed to survive and make his own way back.
Nah, bro, how do you... Like, I be hearing about all these, like, these prayer stories, like, niggas be surviving bullet wounds to the head. A shotgun to the head, bro. There's, like, what? Nah, this some Fortnite, this some Fortnite shit, bro. Cause, like, how do you survive a shotty to the dome? Like, all the pellet, bro.
At the hospital. But this beef really
kicked
off in a situation that wasn't even linked to both of the gangs. So on February 2017, a 16-year-old girl had an Airbnb party in Kensington, West London. You know those type of parties where a girl invites 7 different types of gangs and asks people to leave their beef at home? Yeah, one of those. So at this party, there were people from all over London.
Yep,
but a few uninvited guests tried to pull up to the party. One of these people being a boy from 51st called Dotty and his friend, who pulled up to the party with a gun and knife looking for trouble. But the night turned left for Dotty and his friend, and ended up with Dotty being chased down by 20 young boys. And when the boys caught up to him, they stabbed him 13 times altogether, which actually resulted in Dotty dying, which 4 16-year-old boys from Hackney and Tottenham were sentenced and convicted for. So 51st were mad about this situation, obviously, that their member Dotty was just stabbed to death. So they were out trying to get revenge. So they went out for revenge in a stolen BMW and travelled all the way from Camden, northwest London, to Hackney in East London, and then to Tottenham in North London, because that's where the people who killed Dotty were from. But they ended up finding no one from both areas. But they weren't trying to go home without spilling some blood first. So 51st went all the way back to Camden to look for 71st members, and found an affiliate member of 71st called AK and killed him. But they weren't done there. They were riding for a whole another 2 hours looking for more 71st members, and found a 71st member called Mitch's little brother. Mitch's little brother attempted to run into a cab and begged the driver to drive him to safety, but the driver refused to move, and he was dragged out of the cab and stabbed to death by 51st members, all within 2 hours of death.
See, like, that's how y'all crazy, bro. Like, I'll never mess with a UK nigga, bro. A UK nigga tell me, like, I see a UK nigga reaching in his pocket, threatening me for something, I'm giving it all up, bro. I'm not taking no risk, bro. UK niggas, y'all don't play no games, bro. I'll be damned the nigga take out his pocket when I'm hopping in an Uber and throw acid at me. or stab me up, bro. I would much rather be out here and get shot in the chest than goddamn somebody stabbing me up, bro. Come on. That's way more personal, bro. I can't get down like that. You one of them pause people? He liked this IRL. How does that even make sense? I know you're not talking about me, because how does that even make sense? Bro, it's a reaction. What do you want me to do? Just watch it? No. Bro, I need to get better at pausing.
Their first murder.
That's what it is.
That night. And 6 members were sentenced to life for these murders. Then on September 4th, 2017, a member from 51st called Philip.
God damn. Yo, this nigga ugly as hell. Bro, he look like he play. Thing is, I can't even say. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what it is, bro. He just funny looking. Like, all around.
And the older brother of the second boy who died that.
He's worse, bro. This goofy ass nigga, this cheesing ass.
Bumped into each other on Hampstead Road in Camden and started getting into a little altercation, which ended with Flip stabbing Mitch in his arm, neck, and back, leaving the knife lodged.
Hold up, so literally every altercation so far in this video has ended in somebody getting stabbed, bro. What's going on? What's going on in the UK, bro? Like, none of these were like, oh, he got jumped. He like, you know, none of that. Every single one is niggas getting stabbed,
Mitch's
bro.
brothers and murdering him. An undercover policeman just happened to witness this whole situation and ran down Phillips and arrested him. And now Phillips is serving 17 years to life for this murder. After this, the beef in Camden went under some serious investigation by police, and members from all sides started to get taken down for conspiracies, firearms and drug charges. And the beef started to die down a bit. But then 2019 hit, and quite a lot of the members that were locked up started to come out. And taking in consideration that 51st members, just before everyone started going to prison, had killed 3 71st members. 71st members started coming out of prison on some demon time, and were most definitely looking for revenge with no warnings. The first signs that 71st was really back was on a cold Tuesday in February. 1 AM in the morning, a 51st member called T Squeeze was walking past the Sainsbury's in Camden when a 4x4 crashed into him, and several 71st members jumped out on him like a stabbing him repeatedly in his head and body, leaving him literally paralyzed and not being able to walk. But that
what the fuck? Yo! Like, oh, that's crazy. Okay, hold on. My fault for laughing at that. That's crazy. A man died. Rest in peace, whoever he is, even though he gang affiliated, you know, and whatever. Bro, what? Nigga got hit by a... Bro, 4x4 hit him, and then they hopped out and stabbed him in the head. Nah, y'all move different, bro. Like, hopping out and shooting somebody and hopping out with a knife is just not the same thing at all, bro. Like, 4 people hopping out with knives, like, y'all really want to kill that man. Like, y'all want him to never come back. Like, for real. Knives is crazy, bro. Like, to look somebody in the eye and stab them with a knife. See, y'all got nothing to lose, bro. It's cause of y'all meals, bro. It's really what it is. Y'all be over there eating like it's still the Revolutionary War. So y'all always just fueled by anger and beans all day. Like, y'all just can't never calm down.
That wasn't enough for 71st members. They wanted someone dead for their friends. So on April 1st, 2019,
there's no life sentence. I was just reading that you said there's no life sentence. Look at bro's head. Enough said.
First called C Miz and his cousin were walking down Grafton Road in Gospel Oak, Camden, when 4 71st members jumped out a stolen black car and started chasing them. C Miz and his cousin split up, but unfortunately the men who jumped out the car locked onto C Miz, and C Miz ended up dropping to the ground when the 71st members started to stab him repeatedly with machetes and then run from the scene.
Machetes?
After this murder,
like,
71st members made a song called Congo, and the reason why they called it Congo is because C Miz was actually a refugee from Congo after him and his family fled the war from over there. And
they all Florida
in their songs say that they get their weed from Congo, not Camden.
I just seen you on the game. What do you want?
Smoking on C Miz. And as I said before, the majority of these 71st members are Somalian. So after all this, there was news going about in Camden that 51st members were out on the lurk, and any Somalian they see, they're killing.
Heard some really strong intelligence that there is going to be revenge for Calvin's killing, and his friends have literally said they are going to go out and kill any Somali in retaliation. So I just want to make that really clear. This is from a young Somali woman in Camden who's 24 years old, and basically we strongly suspect they're going to go out tonight and kill a Somali.
Which is probably a bit of a stretch. But on the other hand, 71st members kept saying that they're warring Wajaleers, which is basically the Somalian word for West African people. Because you have to remember, despite Somalians being dark-skinned and African, a lot of Somalians don't really see themselves the same as other black people. So this was kind of turned into a race war between Somalian and black people in Camden, which is just all wrong for so many reasons. But 71st weren't happy enough with the killing of C Miz. They wanted to spill more blood. So August 12, 2019, 6 members started circling the states of 51st members in a stolen Ford Fiesta and a stolen Seat when they spotted 16-year-old Culprit M. Culprit and other members ran to a nearby set of blocks near Euston Road. But 71st members found them later on that night, and 3 members jumped out and chased them down, catching up to the 16-year-old 51st member called Culprit. Culprit was running for his life and literally screaming for help, banging on neighbors' doors to let him in so he could escape his attackers. But when the 71st members caught up to him, 2 71st members held him, while a 3rd member repeatedly pushed a 1-foot-long zombie killing knife through his chest.
Nah, bro. Nah, bro. I had to get my face cam off so y'all could really see that. so y'all can really see exactly what I'm looking at. They said that they put this 1 foot long blade in the nigga chest. That's like 1 foot that's going through him. Like, that's Jesus. It's like, it's that serious? Like, bro, and it got the little hook, so when you pulling it out, it's doing more damage. Like, oh my, bro, the serrated, bro, everything about this is a, like, killing, oh my god. Nah, this is some crazy shit. I ain't gonna lie.
Why it was coming out of his back.
Jesus.
And when the 71st members were done, killers were said to be running away after laughing hysterically, which is what bystanders said. And culprit, he was just any normal kid from London. He was talented at football and even had trials for Southampton Football Club, but started getting involved in a local gang and brushed aside his football, and unfortunately became a victim of the streets. Now, as these back and forths normally go, 51st were now looking for revenge on their recent L's, and there were many stabbings across the month. And early on in September, there was a case of 3 killings in 5 days in Camden. One of these being a man from a completely different area all the way in East London, but unfortunately he was walking at the wrong place.
Bro, this looked like, what's it called? This looked like the 2K guy, the old head from 2K that Aiden used to play with. I think his name was Mo Bucket. Yeah, Mo Bucket.
The wrong time. So he was actually walking on Queen's Crescent Estate, which is a hotspot for 51st members, and was shot and killed in a drive-by, being mistaken for a 51st member.
At least y'all doing drive-bys this time, like. But still, wait, was he
just
innocent?
An hour before, another woman.
Dude, you didn't do a great job of blurring her face, bro. I just saw it. I'm not gonna go back, but like, yo, who made this video? Like, what are you doing? What's the point of blurring her face? You didn't. Oh my god, yo, this nigga.
51st member. Just an hour before, another woman was.
This ain't my video, so I'll rewind it. What's wrong with you, like, bro?
Before another woman was stabbed to death.
How do you mess this up? He was mistaken. He wasn't in it. Yeah, I just heard him say it.
And 4 days later, a 71st.
This nigga lazy as hell because he left the blur on between scenes. I've 100% just seen that.
And 4 days.
Yo, he lazy as hell. It barely even worked on him, bro. You can see who this is. Like, if people know him, bro, they know who this is. Come on now. You can even see he got a little beard, bro. This is a terrible blur. Yo, this nigga lazy.
First member called Nuts was stabbed to death by a gang of 50
Nah, you lazy as hell.
Outside one of the busiest areas in London, Camden Tube.
He's blocking out a stock photo. Nah, yo, I ain't gonna lie, this just changed the whole video for me. Like, at first, like, I know he's supposed to be focusing on the gang war and all that, but he just ruined the video with this, bro, because what is he doing?
And for the longest, a lot of people didn't even know all this stuff was going on. Until a
I saw those other 2 blurs, I'm gonna let him have it.
Jumping on the drill scene, calling himself the Camden Grim Reaper, and releasing some of the most disrespectful tunes towards his ops. So much that police take down pretty much any song that the gang uploads, which really started to bring some attention to what's happening down there, and definitely got the attention of me. Especially a song from Suspect called.
That's what I mean, like, look, how they just got that bandana hanging in their face, bro. Like, UK niggas, bro, just being faceless, that's so fire, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I mess with y'all hard for that.
Dugout, which is probably
it's
one
a lot
of
of
the
people
most
that do this
kind of
stuff out there.
And really makes you deep how tapped this whole beef is. In one of his lines, he says,
"Same place we used to play runouts, is the same place his chest got dug out. Same place I was telling you play out, is the same place I'm telling you come out."
Which really makes you think, damn, these guys were close friends at one time.
And their music actually be cool too.
All stemming from a little small altercation.
That one white guy who's supposed to be like, I don't know, like the UK drill god or something, whatever his name is. I heard that one song where he was like, you know, I stabbed him in his chest. I did this. I did that. I would send you a video of the most disrespectful songs. I might have seen it.
Peace out.
Alright. They got other videos too. I mean, we can watch some of their stuff. Title it American Reacts to. Nah, I'm weak. They was friends and then he killed him. Bro, that's how it always be. That's like anywhere. That's how it always is, bro. People that were cool at first and then they weren't. That's how New York moving right now.